Whew. Well, what sucks for me too is that Saturday is my day to frickin' go out in the woods. So I gotta make something happen. I was wondering why my bag kept leaking, and then I smelt beer. So of course somehow I punctured a hole in my beer. All right guys, let's save this day. So today's Canteen Cup Tuesday. I won't waste any more of your time. I had a nice surprise for you guys. Unfortunately, the day did not go as planned. My frickin' neighbor, he loves to cut his grass throughout the year. Doesn't matter if it's frickin' snow on the ground, the dude's driving around his tractor. But as the title says, I'm gonna make a New England style clam boil inside the Canteen Cup.
For Christmas, my wife bought me this little alcohol stove. However, there's one problem with it. Everything, all the writing on it is in Chinese, so I'm wondering if the directions are even in English. However, I've watched enough videos on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure I can figure this out.
Comes with a stand. All right, so that looks like it's like a little snuffer. And did I mention that it didn't come with any instructions? Dang. All right. I guess I'm just supposed to blow myself up. I don't know. I don't know. Plus, I'm pretty pissed off and aggravated right now. So, I'm sure you can hear it in my voice.
And I have no idea where my heat is. Crying out loud. Son of a... Yep. Got me swearing. All kinds of other stuff. What the? Oh man, I'm so freaking pissed off.
Wow, that was angry Kev. And I don't like angry Kev. He's like a dick.
What is it? Bullshit. Are you freaking kidding me? Might have to call it, guys, because the fucking smell of beer in my flipping bag is just jerking me right off. And this frickin' guy with his frickin' lawnmower is also jerking me off. And I have no frickin' idea what I did with the flippin' fuel for the stove. It's a good thing, man, I didn't get out there cold and wet, because I'd probably lost my shit. I'll be back.
Yep. That's an instant classic. Don't you know? Tipped over in my car. Frickin' leaking on the floor. Serenity now. All right, first thing I should do is get the boil going. So I'm gonna drop this imitation heat inside my stove. I guess that's how you do it. I don't even know.
Figure out how to light a fire. So of course I was supposed to do a review about a fire kit while I was out there, and now I'm in this horse shit environment, and I don't want to do that review. So don't you know, I don't have a way to light this frickin' stove. Time out once again.
Alright, so I had to go get my Nathan 4071 Tom Chitwood handled badass ferro rod just to get some frickin'
frustrations out. Alright, that feels better. Catch the phone on fire, would you?
There we go. Alright, stove's running.
Something went right. Just jerked right off, man. You don't understand. Like, nothing went as planned. My equipment got wrecked. It ain't wrecked, but I'm just being a big puss. But, freaking aggravating, man. Nothing went right, so all my mojo is completely jacked up. This freaking guy next door, I want to punch him out. And it figures, right? The one freaking day in this winter or in January that's gonna be nice to shoot videos, I'm out here kicking my own ass.
Alright, so get the schmeg out of your frickin' canteen cup. Pour some water in here without dousing my fire. Alright, I'm only gonna fill it about halfway because I gotta put some ingredients in there. So this recipe is dumbed down to basically. And now the wind's gonna pick up? Are you freaking kidding me?
Frickin' world is going on, man. I'm frickin' ready to call it quits.
In about 5 freaking seconds. Hey, just gonna say, this is how we're gonna do it. Not gonna swear anymore. So I have half a small onion here. The second ingredient is a potato. You gotta have some potatoes in there. You don't have to take the peel off. Then is hot dog. That's in a clam boil. I don't want to stroke out here eating 3 hot dogs, 2 sausages, a whole bunch of butter, and some clams. Sausage a little bit smaller. I'm just going to cut the sausage in thirds. This way, smaller pieces in there, render down the fat.
Now this again is Portuguese chorizo, not to be mistaken with chorizo, or chorizo, which is like a Mexican style of this. I find theirs is very mild and, you know, basically like a sausage. This is more spicy.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to make some coins. This small piece of chorizo is giving me 6 coins, okay?
One fell on the ground, but at this point, I'll eat my frickin' shoe. Or that frickin' lawnmower blade next door.
You're also going to need some type of small container to melt some butter for your clams.
What I like to do is the night before, I prep my food, and I freeze it a lot of times. And that way, by the time I get out into the field and I'm done hiking, the stuff's all thawed out, you know. I can pack it, put it away in my bag. When I'm getting ready, I don't have to worry about it, you know, perishing or anything like that. Or I don't have to... This...
Sorry guys, that ruined my whole day today, and I'm telling you, it wasn't so bad up until the beer broke inside my frickin' rucksack. That's what set me off. My frickin' canteen's laying over, the flames are touching the handle.
And I've also got some Chesapeake Bay seasoning, which is basically Old Bay. This is from the spice house that Mike Favia, or Mike Favia, that I hear people calling him these days. I'm not sure if I was butchering his last name. I'll call him Mike Favia, because I'm parking the car in the Harvard Yard, and maybe that's how you say it.
I'm actually going to add this to the water right now. And I've also got some Portuguese hot crushed pepper. Alright, that I'm also going to add to the boil. But I don't want the spice and the flavor to cook out. So I like to add that at the end when things are just simmering and cooking. And I like to add a little bit to the clams as well because they tend to open up and suck in that flavor. 2 cloves of garlic, which I'm just gonna mash.
Peel off the shell or the husk or whatever the hell you want to call it.
And I'm just dropping that right in the water. Peel apart my onion that I kind of semi-cut into some slivers for smaller pieces. I'm going to drop in my potatoes. Starting to fill up a little bit, so I'm getting nervous.
Alright, with that said, we've got all those ingredients in there, and they need to boil. So, what I'm gonna do... Oh, look at this. That was supposed to go around my beer that I didn't get. Don't worry, I have freaking more, and I'm gonna go get it right now.
But I'm gonna put this pan on top of there as my lid. And that way that can boil.
So, I'm gonna go pound 3 beers, and then bring one back, and show you guys the rest. Yeah, you bet your ass one's for me.
Let's take a peek at this. Alright, it's getting there.
You don't want to throw away your broth, because what I'm going to do is, once I have all of the meat, potatoes, onions, all of that cooked, you got to remove that from the boil. Take a small amount of that, boil water, juice, we might call it, put that in the frying pan, and then you got to put the lid, this cover, onto the frying pan, and basically...
You're going to make a steamer, and that's where you're going to cook your clams. You're going to steam the clams in there, and you're going to use some of that juice that you cooked everything in, and that's what's going to kind of wake them up. And there it goes. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today, and I am out of here. Not yet. Man, I just can't win today. This is terrible, man. Like, wow, what did I do, man? It's like I got some like bad karma going on.
Let's check on this again. All right, we're starting to get a little boil. It's not too bad. Basically a simmer.
Sorry you've seen the dark side of me.
I don't know what was going on there for a little bit, man. Like I said, I had 2 left feet. I think it was that bad decision I made in the woods just set my whole mojo to fail. So, it's on a roll and boil.
Yeehaw. Yep, there's hot dogs flopping around. Oh boy, yeah. That looks good. Yep. Oh man, just saw that piece of garlic. Alright, we'll let that stuff cook till the potatoes are tender. I keep poking one down the bottom and I know they're not tender yet, so. And that's part of this too, is you just gotta let it go. The other thing is too, melting your butter. I'm just gonna take the butter and put it on top of there in a little metal dish, and that's hopefully gonna render down and just melt into...
Dipping butter, because clam boil without butter is like pancakes without syrup.
The broth is to dunk your clams once they're cooked. Because you just like to, you know, they've expectorated a lot of dirt. And you want to make sure that they're rinsed off before you throw them in your mouth, or it's going to be like, you know, and the filling's going to fly out.
However, right about now, this is the hot crushed red pepper.
Now this stuff kind of is like Portuguese ketchup, I would call it. It's spicy, that's for sure. I mean, this would make Texas Pete blush. However, man, this kicks things at least up to a Portuguese level.
So I am going to lift this up, and I'm going to squeeze out at least half of this. I cut the corner of my bag. Yep. And I'm going to put half. Now that was like 1 tablespoon inside of there. Maybe a little bit bigger. It was like a heaper.
I'm going to add the rest of that in once as a matter of fact, I'm going to go check out my clams. Alright, here they are. So, I see already I've got a broken one. Where is he? Yeah, right here. I can see that he's smashed. So that guy is out. See? He got crushed in the battle.
Alright, the butter's melting nicely. It's almost like a double boiler going on right now. Alright, so I'm going to check those potatoes again. Nice. This is the trick now. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to put some of that broth inside my pan, and I'm gonna steam my clams. Okay. So I've got a little bit of liquid. I'm gonna take my clams. I'm gonna dump them in. Now, I've already checked these to make sure that I had no dead ones. A couple of pieces of shell. Oh, I got another dead guy. Yep, see how he's smashed? I don't even want to risk it. So I just added some more of that red crushed pepper into my clam broth. So, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cap that off with my lid. And we'll let those kind of go. I'm going to put my butter back on top of there. Almost forgot. Before that gets too hot to handle, you got to add some beer. Yep. Now you let them steam. And that's why they call them steamers. Because you don't want to overcook them. You just want to cook them till they open. But this is a Canteen Cup clam boil. And with all the frustrations involved, I can't believe I melted down like that. I was low on beer, I guess.
Hi, Chris.
Ooh, there's some nice steam coming out. Can you see it right there? That's coming out of the clam pot. I think I'm gonna remove the rest of the ingredients off of the fire. Here's my clam pot. The handle is not hot, thank God. I'm gonna move that off. I'm gonna put these directly on the fire. All right, let's take a look at those. I hear a lot of action. Oh yeah. See how they're opened up? That's how you know they're done. And if somebody didn't open, then you know he's dead. You gotta keep your broth and get rid of the meat and whatnot.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my butter on the fire. I am gonna remove all the vegetables and meat out of my broth, my canteen cup. Woo! Little flare up on the butter. My butter is done. Grab that off. Be careful, don't catch a grease fire. Take your stove. I'm gonna move that over.
Here's all my vegetables, my meat, my dipping broth, and all of those clams. And that, my friends, is a New England clam boil. All right, guys, so here's the trick. See what I'm saying? See that hot crushed pepper just stuck to that clam shell, and it just gets all permeated inside. So again, on a clam, there's this gnarly looking sheath around their neck. You gotta pull that off. And when you cook it perfectly, it just slides right off.
Dude, you don't want to eat that. That thing right there is a mess. Like, that's not even edible.
Once you get that off, you gotta rinse it in your water, in your broth. And just get off any of the residual sand that might be there. Give it a little dousing in the butter.
Man, is that freaking good. Wow. Who'da thunk? on a Canteen Cup Tuesday. Charisse. The backside of that hot dog's got some crushed pepper on it. You ain't never had a hot dog taste like this. Well, Kevin, you pulled it off. Despite all the frustrations and what it took to get this done, this was a fine Canteen Cup Tuesday with a New England traditional clam boil. And it basically showed you guys how to do it on a minor scale. This potato is like fall off the bone. Don't take a bite yet.
Let me drown it in that butter. Yeah, now you want some.
Where's the sausage? Right now. Sausage don't need any butter. Sausage needs to be washed down with a beer.
All right, guys. Almost a failure, but I think we saved it today. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for continuing to support me in all of my YouTube endeavors. I appreciate everything, all the support, all the comments, and the mail and whatnot. Just inspires me, guys, to get out here and do more and try to learn more. Again, this is not a survival channel to figure out, you know, how am I going to do something, because I just come out here and wing it, guys. This alcohol stove had no directions whatsoever. You saw. It was in Chinese, but I'm learning. I'm watching my friends on YouTube, and I'm figuring it out. So I want to thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.